Hi everyone, and welcome to today's session. So today we're going to talk about AntiGravity, Google's latest coding agentic IDE, where you can use various agents to code your application, your website for you in the background. And I've created this Quiz Genius thing last week. It took me about half an hour to create the app and maybe another half an hour to upload to Vercel. And these are all my first times. I've never done any of this before. So I would say it's pretty impressive. So yeah, let's take a look at the demo before we start our another project. Firstly, this is a quiz that helps you to learn stuff. So you can just key in any topic and it will come out with 10 questions generated by an LM. So yeah, any topic you want to learn?
I think we could start with shipbuilding. That'd be a fun subject. I know a lot of people
Shipbuilding.
are passionate about that.
Yeah. So we just key in shipbuilding, and over here, I'm actually using my own OpenAI credits to run the LM. The model is like a GPT-4o mini, not that big. It's actually pretty cheap. I'm trying to use up my OpenAI credits here. So you can see this is the thing here. So what is the primary material used in traditional shipbuilding? So yep, let's see. I think it's steel, right?
Well, it depends on what era. It didn't specify, but
Yeah, I think it's steel. Oh yes, traditional. Yeah, so it's wood. Yeah, steel is current era. Common method used to strengthen the hull of the ship. Welding. I think
ooh,
depends on which era again, right? Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I think
Because I
if we
know modern shipbuilding, a lot of it had to do with steel hardening. And then if we're talking about the traditional ships, it would have to do with what's it called? The finishing of the wood or the how you finish the wood would allow it to harden also, but
right. So let's just go with I don't know, welding.
welding.
Riveting. Oh, it's joint.
It was. Ah, okay. Smart.
Yeah, purpose of a ship keel. This one I think I know. Yeah, this one is to provide stability. I think so. Yeah, I think it does.
Should be.
Yes. All right. What type of shipbuilding involves ships in the dry dock? I have no idea. Yeah.
Ooh. I don't know. I don't know if it's keeling. I don't know why I feel like it's keeling.
I think this looks like it, right? Because you need to lay the keel in the dry dock, right? You cannot do it in the water, right? Yes. Is it? We got it right.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice,
The
nice.
process was testing the ship. Oh, this one I know. Um, ballasting. No, wait, sorry. Seaworthy is the testing. This looks correct.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's ballasting.
Yes.
Oh, you got me. You got me.
Yeah, so this one is all entirely generated by AI. You key in a new question, a new topic, and then everything will be generated. And supposedly it will go by like easy, medium, hard. The more you solve, the harder it is. But I think there's some vibe coding error. It didn't feel very hard to me. Yeah. So I probably need to go and edit it. But this was just a like 30-minute test of anti-gravity. It worked pretty well. So yeah, I think we can just skip the rest of it. If you're interested, I will put the link here. Feel free to go. I need to use up my OpenAI credits anyway, so use it. So today I'm going to do something different. Let's do a new project. Can you see the anti-gravity IDE right now? You can, right? So I'm going to go to anti-gravity and I'll just create a new folder just now. It's called lit review. So can you just give me an indication if you can see the screen here?
Yes,
The
it's visible.
anti-gravity. Yep. So this is a new blank folder. And over here we have an agent and we can use the agent to, do stuff for you. So I'm going to start by creating my project. And you can see over here, this exactly looks like sort of like a VS Code. You can go to your Git and so on, but I'm just going to do local for this. Okay, and you can actually do some settings for the agent. I'll go through it later as the agent runs. So first I want to come up with a lit review. So I would like to create an app that takes in a user topic and then searches over arXiv for the top 10 papers and consolidate them into a LaTeX output with citations, something like this, and use the Vercel app, use Vercel to upload the app, and use the Open AI API key in the production settings. Yeah, because I've created Vercel already, and like there's this thing in the production environment. Yeah. If you don't specify this, I think by default they will just use like they basically will use Gemini, right? But I want to use my OpenAI credits here, so I'm using this. So I haven't done this before. The only thing I've done so far is the quiz app you saw earlier. So I'm just wondering whether, can it just do this just by one prompt and see how far it can go. Right? So I'm just going to run this. Right, so the agent is now going to run this. Okay, it will take a while. So it will look at the project scope, all right? And then is to prepare some plan. So the first thing it will do is to generate the plan. So you can see this is a list of steps here. Really cool. It would get you what is the things needed, like Nix.js, you're doing a JavaScript implementation and install the dependencies and so on. So this is the plan that they ask you to approve. Yeah, but before that, let's look at the task. So it will implement the plan. It will verify it. They will do their own unit tests to test whether it can do like archive search, the generation, the latex output, and then do the deployment. So all looks really neat. And if you want to change anything, you can just click here and you can click command. You can say, I want to do something else. Then they will take your command into account. So it's like, you're talking to some developer who's trying to iterate with you, like what you want to do. It's really very nice. We have this implementation plan here. And this implementation plan over here, you can see that they will create a web application that accepts a research topic, search archive for 10 relevant papers, and so on. And yeah, what is the tech stack? Okay, what's the architecture and backend and so on. So I think over here looks okay to me. Like I'm not a very JavaScript kind of person, but this kind of looks all right. So of course, if you know it better, you can probably ask it to do other things. So like I'm just interested how it gets the papers. So take from archive, pass the XML, send the extract to OpenAI to generate latex review. Okay, looks okay. Returns latex string. This looks all right to me. All right, and let's just proceed over here. So the agent is able to access your terminal or your command prompt, and you can do stuff for you. So you see over here, it wants to install. So it runs this command here. And for my agent, because I'm not that trusting of AI agents yet, I basically ask the agent to tell me everything that it wants to do. So over here, I ask the agent to tell me, okay, before you run a command prompt, show me the command. And here looks like it's creating stuff. So it's okay. Because there are some commands that remove your files and so on. And you better want to take a look before you run it. So over here, there's this OK to proceed. It will need to ask you to press the Y. Okay, if not, you cannot run. So we'll think about it, and then let's see whether it asks me to accept. Okay, so we are waiting for the agent to look at the response from the terminal, and then yeah. So actually, while you do this, you can run another concurrent workflow, and it will basically do things at the back end. But I'm kind of prefer like a one workflow, one thread kind of thing because I want to monitor this. But in the future, Google's idea is that you can run multiple agents working on different projects and you can hop from one project to another. You can use the agent manager to see like what are the different things that are there. So you can see that this lead review, you can have another workspace, you have another agent, or you can add another agent here. Yep. So there are many ways to do this. So yeah, I'm not going to use this. I'm just going to do this for now. Okay, it's still loading. Not sure why it's taking so long.
So I
Yeah.
do have a quick question while we wait for it to load. So this agent manager or this agent framework, it actually runs locally off of your command prompt. Is that correct? When it runs?
The agent thing is actually a remote agent. They're using the Gemini 3 Pro agent from Google. You can also select your LM here. Yeah.
Right, but when it actually does tasks and it actually starts to code and do different command prompts, that actually runs on does that run on a cloud server in an
No, no,
isolated?
this is run on your own terminal, so it's quite dangerous
Right, okay,
because it
okay.
can change any file on your computer. So you need to be very careful. That's why I mean, there's a mode that asks you that lets the agent do freehold anything. But I did not do that mode because I'm a bit cautious. Like knowing Gen AI stuff. I mean, if you're the Gen AI space, you know not to trust Gen AI fully. But you see all these kind of things. See, there's RMRF already. Yep. But here's archive app, so it's fine. Yeah, because they want to make sure that the thing is clean. So you need to monitor because there's been cases that people RMRF the entire directory and all your files are gone. Yeah, so you need to be sure. But if you really trust the AI that much, there are ways to do the whole thing. You can go to settings. You can go to, I think it's under editor settings. And then is it editor? There's an agent setting somewhere. Let me see whether I can find it. Anti-gravity user settings, is it? Ah, here. Can you see the settings agent here?
Yes, I can see the
Okay.
settings.
Yeah. So over here, you can ask the agent to request review. So I, by default, just ask it to always review because I'm a bit less trusting of agents. Yeah, I mean, it's great that well, we thought it's doing the stuff that I would take probably 2, 3 days to do. I'm not a JavaScript person. Yeah. So this is something quite remarkable. But you can always ask the agent to review, and you can whether or not to execute terminal command, I put off never execute because I'm a bit cautious about this. But if you are really, really big into agents and you trust it so much, maybe you run it on your own Docker or some remote server that you don't mind the agent deleting all the files there or accidentally installing a virus or something like that, you can put double. All right. So over here, they ask me to accept. Okay. Okay, there's files with changes. I'm just going to accept all because it's new files. It doesn't matter. These are not changes right now. So, okay, they have verified. They are now verifying the build. Okay, so let them verify while we continue with this. So here you can also have a allow list where you can add stuff in here. You can maybe add like run. The command run can be like you don't have the agent doesn't need to seek permission. Okay, but here I want the agent to ask permission for everything. I'm a bit cautious here. Okay, you can also deny. Maybe you can deny the remove command. But sometimes you need the remove. So this is difficult to deny as well, right? You can also, allow the agent to view files and get ignored. So if the agent does not have the ability to do that, like the .env file, I found that anti-gravity is quite respectful of the .env. There was an instance in the past project where they wanted to take away all the public keys, all the keys in .env before uploading because people can actually hack and get your .env file. So they recommended a serverless function to store the API key. So that was really good. So they basically did not do anything by reading the file. They basically just push a new string into the .env, which really means that they respect this. They don't look at your .env file. All right. And over here, allow non-workspace file access. So the workspace is defined as a folder above your current folder. So like for me, this literature review is under the folder called anti-gravity. And inside anti-gravity are all my anti-gravity projects. So I purposely did not give my desktop to the anti-gravity because I just want it to work with a specific folder, like a project. All right. So yeah, you can do stuff like that. Auto open edited files. Yeah, I think it's not that important. Yeah, auto this one, the rest not that good. I mean not that important. And next you can also enable web tools. This is really good because the agent can search the web and augment. Okay. And yeah, you can also have browser settings. The agent can actually use a browser and interact with the website and so on. So yeah, I think the main thing is the agent. I would recommend that you don't allow the agent to do everything because GenAI is still new and you don't want the GenAI to disrupt your computer that much. All right, especially if you are doing this on your own computer. All right, so now we have everything done. Let's take a look at okay, run the code. Okay, because they said they verified it, right? Like now I'm attempt to use npm run dev. Okay. Okay, so let's run the code, see whether it works. Okay, so they have created a few files here. So let's take a look at the files. So they say they create a walkthrough, all right? So they tell you how to do this. All right. To start the first server, npm run dev, go to localhost 3000. Okay. And then after that, create this one, click generate. You must have the OpenAI key set in your environment for this to work. Okay. So we need a .env with the key here. Okay, but we can just skip this part first. Repeat the keys, steps above. Okay. All right, let's just go to localhost 3000 and take a look. So maybe we can ask it to do like, I don't know, we ask it to do memory, right? It shouldn't work now because there's no OpenAI key. Okay, so we have this unexpected token. It's not a JSON. So you can see this is a bit not not that great. They don't have the thing done. So I asked it to run this locally and verify that it works. Okay, over here, they already know the error. You can see that there's an error here. There is an error. Oh, wait, there's a missing credential. So is this the cause of the error? Okay, so if that's the case, deploy to Vercel. All right, we ask it to deploy straight away so that, we can see whether with the OpenAI key is okay. All right, so they know how to do this. Actually, they recommended Vercel the last time. So let's see. Okay, run this to Vercel prod. Okay, let's go. All right, so it should reply with a yes. Yeah, so actually there's this thing called artifacts here that I'm not sure where to access it. The last project it came out with the artifacts and so on that you can actually see like what what it actually it's actually like a memory for the agent. Trying to see where to find that menu. Yeah, it looks like it's not shown here, but this is actually part of the artifact here that you can actually see what the agent memory is. So they already have the task list step by step, and they even like check it off as it runs. So I think this is really cool because this shows like how the agent can um like remember what has been done. Okay. All right. So where are we now? We are still waiting for the agent to say yes for this. So they've created a lot of files here, and like over here you can see that this is the page. I think this does the UI. Yeah. Send command input. Yes. Okay. We're just going to go to Vercel and then just live test it there and see whether it works. Set up and deploy this. The answer should be yes. Okay. I wonder if I can see the browser. Okay. Did the browser come up the last time? Let's see. Yeah, so the last time when I did with the quiz app, the anti-gravity kind of didn't work too well with Gemini 3 Pro. There was an error with some JSON output that it couldn't solve. Then when I switched over to like Claude Sonnet, it worked. So this time around, we just try to use Gemini 3 Pro for everything, see whether it works. Okay, so we are trying to deploy this. Okay, we send yes, and then we have to wait for the command completion. Okay, one thing that I haven't really got it to like show me is like, this is the output for the terminal. Yes, it's great. But I couldn't get it to show me live how the terminal is. So, if you figure it out, let me know. I don't think anywhere is shown anywhere. So, yeah. So, I mean, there's this browser thing that they can interact with as well. And they can have access to, you can basically ask it to use the browser to test your app. Yeah, so basically this is a visual interface. It actually can understand video and everything. And so this helps you to debug. Okay, right now they haven't used the browser yet, but later we could ask it to do it. So I'm now waiting for it to deploy to Vercel. So I mean all this, because I already set up all the Vercel and stuff like that, this will take much faster, I hope. Yeah. You can see this browser actually, before you do this, you need to run the browser extension. So actually there's a browser extension for AntiGravity. You have to install the browser extension. And then after that, then AntiGravity can actually control a Chrome window. Right. So again, a little dangerous because they can control anything here. So just make sure that you don't have any sensitive stuff here. Like over here, um, actually did not use my Google profile because I don't want them to do anything there. All right, so here you can see we are uploading it to Vercel. I have no idea why it's taking so long. So this is one of the things that a little skeptical about because they don't show the terminal, what's happening here. I don't see any option here to show the terminal. Yeah. So it's a little, maybe up here there's a terminal window. Yeah, view terminal. But you can view the terminal, but this is not the terminal that the agent is using to run it. So, it is a bit of faith here. Like you have to have faith that this is the only thing that they send to the terminal, and these are the only things that come back over here.
Let me
So
ask if it's already running an instance of the terminal, will we not be able to find it in our I don't know what the back equivalent is, like the task manager or the resources or background processes?
I don't think so. Yeah, I haven't really tried. Yeah, I mean, you can see whether it works. Nope, that it doesn't show.
Okay, it doesn't. Okay.
Yeah, so right now we're just waiting for it to upload the Vercel. So I mean, it has created the UI, a pretty solid UI. Looks okay. It's just that we need to make sure that it works. I think this error happened because we did not have, we did not have a LM, OpenAI LM configured yet. Okay, but let's take a look whether this works. Okay, so a bit of waiting. It'll be nice to see how it talks to the terminal. Yeah, but I mean, I kind of trust it a bit. Like it worked the last time with Claude 4.5 thinking. So, if Gemini 3 Pro doesn't work, um, I'll just switch over to the other model. So it's kind of funny that like Gemini 3 Pro did not manage to solve the error and Claude 4.5 Sonnet managed to. Yeah, so like Gemini 3 is supposed to be the best model. Still is not the best for coding, actually. Like for this kind of software task, I think Claude still wins it for now. Yeah. Okay. Right. I hope we will end this because like okay, we're finalizing project configuration. I have no idea what they finalize actually. You see, send the input is enter, but I cannot see the command window. So not sure whether I can see it. Yeah, I couldn't get it. I couldn't see the command window the last time either. So it was a like a trust kind of thing. Yeah. I wonder if I can change it in user settings, editor, notifications. I see nothing to do with terminal in here. The last I explored here. Nope. Nope. So yeah, I mean, if you want to do terminal stuff, you can't really see what they are doing. Yeah, maybe advanced settings will have enable demo mode. Nope, 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 doesn't have. Okay, so I think overall looks okay. Looks okay. I just need to make sure that it's working. So what I want to do is basically I want to use it to do a lit review app, yeah, where you can just take something, find out a topic, and then it comes out with a lit review for you, like using archive papers. So yeah, the last I did this was sometime back. Like my friend Dylan Chia helped me to create I think he hosted it on Replit. Yeah, and now what I want to do is I want to host it like sort of permanently. Yeah, I'm just going to use up all the OpenAI credits I have. And then like anyone can use it. Yeah. So let's just wait for a while. So I think if you want to do other things, you can also do like you can have a new conversation here, and then you can ask it to do things. Okay. So where's my past conversation here? Yeah. So you can run multi-thread. Okay. You can run multi-thread here. Okay. Let's see what. Oh, there's terminal here. Can I see the terminal? You see, there's two terminal process running here. And to be honest, I have no idea what's going on here. You see, the only thing I know is no, enter, enter. And I can't see it. Yeah. So this is something that I think they want to artifacts. I found it. Yeah. So the artifacts is actually here. You can click here for artifacts. You can see this is the implementation plan. So this is like the agent memory. Okay, it has all this is the tasks and the walkthrough. Walkthrough is actually for you. Yeah. So yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm just waiting for it to complete. Right.
So I know it already has the drop down with all of the like the default language models that you can choose between. Um, the UI seems pretty reductionist. I didn't see a setting or like an option that allows you to point the framework to a specific model you want to use, or
Oh, you can you,
you
you can go here. Oh, you mean for the LM that they code in the
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, like let's say you have the LLMs here and I decide I want to use my own LLM as the
Or
back end.
you can't. Yeah. So over here, there's only these five models.
Okay, and that's it. Which I mean, I imagine that has to do with like the prompting and like the optimizing the model to the framework they have going on here. That probably takes a lot of testing.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
mean, in the future, I think they might open up to more. They don't look close to just Gemini only because, I mean, they have Claude. So yeah. Oh, there's a missing OpenAI API key. Okay, fix. Right. So now we are trying to go to Vercel. Right. So it already has my, because the last time I configured it, they asked me to use the Vercel, and then they authenticated with a device, and they authenticated it through the browser. So they already have my Vercel link. So we don't have to do it this time. I just hope that it works. I'm not sure whether it works. Yeah. So I mean, you can use it to create your websites and stuff like that. The only thing is you have to trust it a bit for terminal. I'm not sure whether they will show the exact terminal output, because here you see this is the terminal output, but you don't get to see it for everything. You see, like after a while, like okay, it doesn't show everything. Okay, deployment successful. Okay, okay, we can accept the changes because this is, we can just go here and just take a look. Open. Okay, let's just run this and see whether it works. Open API key not configured. Okay, so what is this? Did they use my app? Vercel. This is mine. This is my Vercel. Wait, let me take a look. Yeah, this is mine. So maybe I need to tell them that this is my Vercel. The late review is here. So it should work already. Let me try. Open API, Open AI API key not configured. Okay, let me see. What is the name of the, oh, it's here. OpenAI API key in the, so you can go to settings here, and you can go to environment variables, and then you can click, see there's an OpenAI API key. So over here, this is in the environment variables, and this is in the production, preview and development. So use the selected, go to settings, environment variables. Okay, so they tell me how to do it. Go to Vercel dashboard. Okay, click on this, go settings, and then we need to go to environment variables. Okay, so over here looks like we have this production thing, and oh, we can add an environment variable here. So I need to add an environment variable here. Okay, I'm just going to do it real quick. I'm just going to like stop the screen share, add in the variable, and then I'll be sharing again. Hang on for a while. Okay, yeah, I think I've added in the key. Let me share back again. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so I've added an OpenAI API key, the production environment for this Vercel app. Okay, I actually did not know that they cannot share the environment variables between apps. I thought they could. So I've added it already. So hopefully this will work. And let's take a look at the deployment. And yeah, let's take a look. So yeah, it helped me to do everything uploaded into the Vercel app. Let's take a look at this. Okay, let's run maybe memory and so on and generate this. Incorrect API key. You can find your, I keyed in the wrong API key. Did I? Okay, let me try again. Did I copy the wrong API key? Let me try again. Yeah. So yeah, this is a API key issue. This is not a Gemini issue. Let me try to get the right API key inside here. Hang on, give me a while. Okay, environments, production. Oh, I copied wrongly. That was the Gemini API key. Okay, I copied wrongly. Okay. Yeah, so you see the main thing is not it's not Gemini that's slow, it's me. I'm just not used to using Vercel. This is like my second time using it. Yeah. So I was quite impressed the first time because I had no prior experience and basically what do you call that? AntiGravity just guided me step by step what to do for this. So yeah, it's pretty cool for just a simple project. You want to build a proof of concept. Um, it can upload everything to you. In fact, if let's say the Vercel is not on, they can detect it because in terminal there'll be some errors and they will guide you like what to do. So let's take a look at the app now. Hopefully it works. I honestly don't know whether it works, so let's pray. All right. So now it will look at the latex review and yeah, let's see whether it works. Okay, so looks promising, looks like it's generating. Okay, while it's generating, I want to ask it some questions about my code base, like where is the LM called in the code? And then it can look through the entire code base and tell you like where exactly is the file. So it's under here, route.ts. Oh, we have reached quota limit for this model. Okay, that's fast. All right, so it's here in route.ts. You can see that the OpenAI API key is here. They get it from the environment and they basically this is the prompt. So you can even come at the prompt for you. You are expert academic researcher. Here are the top 10 papers and here are the summaries. Write title, structure, citations, and so on. Bibliography. Okay, use only the raw latex code. Do not include markdown code blocks. Okay. And then after that is GPT-4o, all right? So yeah, we can actually just change this to 5.1 and so on. Let's see what's the answer. And this is the LaTeX. Okay, so it's not very comprehensive, to be honest. Like this is quite plain. So I like to configure it a bit. I just wonder whether we have enough quota for this. But right, you can run 50 prompts with this. So let's see. Okay, first use GPT 5.1 as the LM model. When extracting the PDFs, give a brief summary for each of them and also provide the user with a clickable link. Okay, and also when after generating latex, show the PDF view instead together with the latex code. Okay, let's just make these changes because I want it to be able to like I mean this is great, like we have a latex here, nice, but this is not exactly what I would like. In fact, if you are doing citation stuff, this is just a quick tip from me because I've done this for my work as well. It's generally not advisable to get the LM to print out your citations like this because there can be errors. So it might be better if let's say they can use a certain placeholder like source one, source two, and so on. Then you just swap out for the actual source. Yeah, so that's for if you want to do it for production, this can cause some errors. Yeah, but for now, like this is a very simple lead review. I wouldn't do all these kind of things. Let's take a look at their plan. So they have changed the artifacts. So if you can go back here to the artifacts here, you can see that implementation plan has changed. Okay, right now, what has changed, right? So we basically okay, they did not really show me what is the diff. So this is something that could be improved. They don't show me the difference, but here is now GPT 5.1. And now we have a display list with expandable summaries, okay? And then we have a PDF view. All right, so looks okay to me. Let's proceed. And again, we pray, take a coffee break and so on, and hope that it works. So this is the new way of doing agentic coding. You basically like, honestly, I haven't touched anything about the code at all. I just basically just type in English text like that, and it's not bad. It looked through every single file here. I mean, not every file, but at least the main files. And to be honest, I also don't know how this is done because I'm not a JavaScript expert. I'm a Python person. So this is all new. So you can see these are the changes you need to accept. All right. So over here, you actually can learn stuff from it. So if you're not familiar with the language, over here, instead of coming with the latex code, you can also, um, you know, do a paper details here, right? Extract paper details from front end. Okay, honestly, um, I'm just going to accept the changes because this is a new set of code. Not, I mean, there's really nothing that could go wrong. I think there's really nothing that could go wrong because it's not my production code here. So I think recently the Linux creator, he basically said that byte coding is okay as long as you don't use it for production. And I sort of agree with him because if you use it for production, the chance of it affecting a piece of code that's already usable is quite high. So you need to be very careful with what you accept. Yeah, so you can see when I use the agent here, I am more of a hands-on person. Like I prefer to see exactly what the agent is doing because I know what can happen if you don't do this. Okay. And I trust Google to not execute commands that it does not show me. Okay, so this is again based on trust because honestly, once I gave it the terminal access, it can do whatever it wants without telling me, right? This is really the trust between you and Google, and hopefully they don't break that trust. Yeah, so this is, yeah, to be honest, using anti-gravity has a lot of potential security breaches. Because it has access to terminal, it has access to your browser, and it has access to basically a lot of things that can change your computer. So if you really want this to be really safe, you should do this in a Docker environment or like somewhere that is away from your main computer. Okay, I'm okay with it here because like I think it's just affecting only the files that I see. So okay, it's pretty fast. It has already done the changes. All right. So now let's just take a look and see whether it works. So you can use this. Okay, and displays a list, shows a simulated view. All right, let's take a look. Open. All right. Okay, this is the app now. And let's just take a look. We want a paper on memory. Okay, so it's loading. Okay, right now, I think what I want it to do is like as it scans the papers, do a live update of the papers it scanned one by one as a drop-down menu. I think that will look really cool rather than this static interface that you need to wait for so long and nothing's happening. So I'm going to do that next, but let's just take a look at and see like how this works. All right. Yeah, by the way, after this whole session, I will be releasing this for free for anyone to use. I think late review is something that is very painful for academic students, and if you can have something that can help to automate a bit of it, that would really save a bit of trouble. Yeah, one thing this cannot do is insert an image for you. That one you need some multimodal understanding, which is quite expensive, and I'm not going to code it in. Although for my work product, we do have the image extraction. Okay, so let's take a look. We have the PDF viewed, and this honestly, it did not, yeah, I mean, it looks okay. Like now there's more stuff actually. Like, see, there's so little, and now you can see that now this is a much longer thing. Yeah, you can see that the PDF view is not exactly that great because honestly, what it did was it just put this entire thing into a PDF. I kind of need it to generate the LaTeX in the PDF, so let's do that in the code. But I quite like how it got the thing much better. So you can see the difference in model for GPT 5.1 and 4.0. 4.0 the report was short and sweet. Okay, I wouldn't say sweet, but it's just like too short. Here you can see it's like not too bad. It has a lot more things. Okay, so okay, I'm just going to get it to, because I'm not too happy with the thing. So I'm going to ask it to do two changes. Okay, the first change is when extracting the PDFs, give the summary view um, instantly whenever we access each PDF. Also, this summary should be maintained even after the latex is generated. The summary view should be at the top of the latex. Okay, and then the next thing is for the PDF, make the PDF be the entire screen width. Um, if you on top of the PDF view. Okay, for the PDF view, make the PDF be the entire screen width. Okay, thereafter, put the latex view at the bottom. So we can do something like that, and the PDF view, maybe I should put in this the PDF view here. The PDF view should be rendered in proper latex and not just displayed as a PDF with the latex code. All right, let's put it to the test. I mean, so far it's not too bad. I mean, I think it's generating stuff that looks plausible. Let's just verify it by looking at one of the bibliography here. Collective memory in a digital age, and this is the URL. Okay, I'm just going to, I can't see. You see, this is the problem. You see, the URL is not well defined. Just going to copy this URL here. Take a look and see whether the paper is there. Collective memory in a digital age. And yeah, looks like it extracted stuff. Okay, good. So yeah, it managed to extract this from arXiv, and I suppose it uses the arXiv API, although I'm not sure where it did so. So we can check it out. Here, query all, and then you search the topic here. Yeah. So you just need to use the arXiv API to fetch this. In fact, there's no arXiv API, it's just using this. When you copy and paste this thing here, like it really just like if you put this as memory, it really just gives you everything that you need here. Yeah, in the XML here. So all this is actually based on the summary of the paper only. It did not actually go inside the paper itself, I believe. This is just a summary. I kind of need it to go inside the paper as well. So that will be a later thing that we need to get this what do you call that? Anti-gravity to do. So all right, let's see the implementation plan. Let's go and take a look. So yeah, we have to search and then we generate. Okay. Okay, actually, why not? Let's just get it to do it right now. For each PDF, do not just use the XML for the summary. Actually, open the PDF and use tools to extract its text and pass it to the LM to generate the summary. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to do something a little more in depth. We do not just want to take the we basically do not want to take the XML summary. We want it to generate its own summary. Okay, let's see whether it knows how to do it. I want summaries available instantly upon hitting each PDF. Okay, it's very fast actually. This is really fast. You see, it's generated plan so fast. UI loop and fetch and summarize and using PDF pass. Very good, very good. And I'm quite happy that it managed to use the LM prompting itself. Like you can see that it generated its own LM prompt here. Like this is something that I mean, this is actually based on the LM model capabilities, but we're able to use LM to prompt LMs. That's like really cool. Yep. But the prompt may not be that great. Sometimes it's like you see site paper ID. Like yeah, we kind of need this to be like a bit more rule based if possible. Yeah. So yep. For now, this would do. Yeah. For now, this would do until it fails. Yeah. But this is Maybe I should use GPT 5.1 mini instead. Yeah. Save some money. But yeah, let's just run 5.1 first. Yeah, some credits to burn, so it's fine. Yeah, let's just run 5.1. Okay, so it changed some of the files. You can see like the difference here. It just added a whole bunch of text. This is a new file, I guess. Yeah, see, the change is honestly not that great. Like, I honestly don't know what has changed. I mean, it looks like everything is new, but this is obviously not new. So, yeah, you can see that the difference is, yeah, this is something that Google needs to work on. The diff view is honestly quite horrible. Like, I see nothing that is, it's like nothing from a nothing to something. And what happened to the original route.ts? There was something there. It's just gone. Yeah. So the diff view is basically saying that I've edited and I've sort of done everything to delete the file and I created a new file. Yeah. So it did not really tell me like what it did. Yeah. So you change the entire summary here and yeah. So this is why, you don't use this for a production code because, you might actually have the whole code being deleted without you knowing. You can see the diff, look at the diff. It just straight up deleted the old file and added 30, yeah, and added 30 lines of code here. And honestly, I have no idea what it just did. You can see the diff, but you can't really understand what's going on. Yeah. So yeah. Again, you see, trust is very important here because honestly, the way they design this interface you don't get to see much. Yeah, you really don't get to see much. You see all this, I'm just going to accept it. Yeah. This was designed for you to, I think whoever designed this wanted you to be a bit hands off and not just like stare at the screen. You're just going to have to have trust in the agent to do stuff. Like here, I'm going to have trust in the agent to install stuff. Like sometimes I don't even know this package. I'm just going to ask it to install. But I mean, here looks okay, the PDF to JSON. So this is where prompt hacking can come in. If let's say like everyone needs to use JSON, you create a JSON package that actually installs a virus into the OS. And let's say your prompt is widespread enough, or your information is widespread enough that most websites carry it. And then like most people will say, oh, use this package to install JSON, but actually that package is a virus. This agent is going to fall right into that trap and install a package that might be a virus. Okay, so this is a bit dangerous. Yeah, it'll be best for you to look at all of this output here and make sure that whatever they install is legitimate. Yeah, but PDF to JSON sounds all right. Yeah, sounds all right. So hey, going to deploy the prod. All right, so that was fast. Yeah. So what do you think about this? Like, yeah, I mean, I think from the entire ideation phase to the output, it barely took 5 minutes. Yeah, but again, I am abstracted away from most of the details. I don't even know what are the exact changes. I mean, the diff view is horrible. Yeah, but it sort of gets the job done. So I mean, I will be using this quite often for hobby projects that I want to like play around with, generate some apps that I wanted to create my whole life, but I didn't have the time to. I'm just going to use this and just have faith that it won't destroy my computer. Yeah, so it'll be best if you have a backup or use a remote server. But I think so far, I think it's all right. I mean, the stuff that is installing is not say uh, that far off from like the normal kind of stuff you would install. So I think it's all right. Just be very careful when you accept the terminal stuff because you do not want to install something that looks like a virus. Yeah, make sure that your imports look at least legitimate. So yeah, for the hackers out there, I think they might use this to hack the computer soon. Yeah, so we might be careful because like it's very easy to do something semantically meaningful in the import name, but actually is a malicious stuff. Yeah, so this is one of the downsides of using agents is that I don't think they can actually check all this. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's take a look at the topic. So I'm going to do memory again. Oh, look at that. Nice. Look at that. I found these papers and now I can click on each of them and it gives me the link. Wow, this is really nice. Yeah. I mean, I probably can ask it to generate in a different format. Like I kind of like the a list format better than this kind of format. Like Yeah, this is not exactly the best kind of format I want. I mean, it would be nice if we can see a snapshot of the paper as well. So yeah, that could be done. Like now we can have a generate review. So you can see this is the, why is this halfway? Here. Okay, you can see that this does not fit in the, so in the UI experience is not very seamless. So all this can change, but this is not too bad. This is not too bad. Okay, so these are the kind of memory papers we have. Okay, and okay, let's just do memory in AI agents. Okay, because I'm more interested in AI agents than okay, Gen IR, okay, AI agents and the law and so on. Yeah, so these are the papers for AI agents and memory, or we can put memory systems a bit more specific. Okay, query understanding, Gen IR. Yeah, so these are the papers. Really fast actually. Yeah, they did they even use LMs to do this? Why is it so fast? Yeah. Are this real? Like, let's take a look at the Gen IR one. Oh, they just copy and paste this one here. Okay, so they did not use the LM to get the summary as what I wanted them to. They just use the summary here. All right, that needs to change. So we can generate the review now. So yeah, I think what happened is that the code itself, they did not do the when they extract the paper. I think it's under search. They actually just take the summary here. They did not actually do the LM to generate the summary. I think that's fine. I'm not gonna force them to do it. I think the current method is good, enough already. But I kind of like want them to add an image somewhere here. So this is a summarized one. What's this? So we have a summarizer and we have a generator. When is the summarizer called? I don't think it's called anytime. Paper.summary. Is this paper.summary based on the summarizer? I don't think so. I don't think it's based on this. So you see, you still need to understand some code. If not, you'll be completely vulnerable to the agent giving you wrong information. But as a template, you see, you managed to do this template really well. And like, okay, completion dot chart. Write a concise summary of this paper. Where is this being passed to? Next response dot JSON. And maybe we can ask it, no? When is the paper summary being done? And when is it passed to the paper generation? Right, then it can tell you where exactly in the code is done. So it will search the code base, tell you exactly where it is. Okay, but I think it's somewhere in summarize. Okay, so right after it's search, okay, it will set the papers and then call summarize paper. Right. After that, they update the paper state for the specific index, and then we click generate review. Okay. So it's under this page.tsx. It will call the summarized paper first. Okay, that's what they say here. Lines 41 to 43 will call the summarizer. And then it will display the summarized paper. Doesn't look like it to me. Yeah, doesn't look like it to me. But okay, did they mention? Oh, something happened. Object. Okay, I'm not sure whether they have the error. So test out the UI for me and make sure it's working. Okay, we'll just end this with this. Okay, because I think I will need a bit more time to get it to refine this. This app is not trivial. And the fact that it got to this point in just like a few minutes is remarkable already. But in order for this to work fully, I kind of need this to uh I kind of need to iterate on this for another half an hour, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not gonna bore y'all with all this iteration. It's gonna be the same thing. Um, so now I want it to test the UI. So I just thought maybe I'll show you the UI flow. So let's take a look at whether it's testing. So you can see did they open up their own browser? Okay, they didn't look like they are opening their browser. Let's see whether I'm testing the UI flow, search summarize. Okay. Okay, wait, they're not showing me show me in your own browser, the UI testing. Oh, is it still running and I'm not able to change it? Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's great for basic apps, but you see stuff like this, it's not able to like the last time it just popped up the browser extension and I could see the browser, but this time around it's not. So this is a little funny, yeah, but it's able to navigate the browser. So I just wanted to show you this feature because I thought that was really cool. Okay, show me in a browser how the UI would work. Okay, I think we have to exit and come back again because it looks like it's not working. So let's exit this. Go back to AntiGravity again. Go back to literature review. Okay, are we still running the other agent? Okay, I think we are not. Okay, let's start a new tool. Test out the code in a new browser. Show me this browser. Okay, let's just okay. So the agent itself should be able to access the artifacts. Oh wait, this is only in planning mode. Okay, so the agent itself does not have access to the artifacts. It has to create everything when a new session comes up. So right, so they're gonna run this. So how does it know what to do? So I guess that's where the previously they actually created a README to tell you what to do. So I think this is for the agent the next time as well. Like the agent will look at this README and decide what to do because it does not have access to the artifacts that the previous agent has. Okay, this is something new. I did not realize that the artifacts are only strictly only in that session itself. Okay, so we navigate to this. Okay, did they show? Yes. Okay, now take a look here. Um, this blue color screen here with the blue glowing lines. This is basically anti-gravity taking control of the screen. So it's now able to see the entire screen, images and buttons and so on. And you see this blue thing is currently clicking on the search button, all right? And then you can see over here, the page did not visibly change, which is expected because I haven't, okay, they captured the screenshot, all right? We can see the playback here. This is the playback. This is a screenshot of what they did. So, you know, if you are busy and you didn't see what the agent is testing, you can see the live test video here. This is what the agent did as a video, right? And then actually, I think you can also comment on it. If I remember correctly, you can comment on it. But yeah, we can see what they are doing now. Okay. All right. So you know, all this is in the README now. Wow. Okay. They changed the README. Okay. I verified the application. You can see the screenshot working. Okay. Nope, that's not what we want actually. Yep. We kind of want you to we want to key in a topic and search and verify that the PDF are loaded and verify that can be viewed and the latex code generated. All right, let's take a look, see whether this prompt works for them. Okay. Okay, so now it's generating the code again. So let's take a look. So it's going to now key in a topic, run it, and you see now it found the papers. Very good. All done. Yeah, so you can use the browser and verify it, which I think is really cool. Because this kind of shows that like it's working. Okay, and here you see this is done in localhost, which is wrong because we don't have the OpenAI API key here. So this is something that we the agent needs to know. It needs to use the production environment instead of using here. So I verified that this whole part here does not use any LM at all, which I'm cool with it. Yeah, but the LM needs to be used for the subsequent parts and so on. So yeah, I think that's all for today. Yeah, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Like this is really how the process is done. You key in what you want. The agent will generate artifacts which will tell you like what's the task and so on, what's left. So this is like the working memory of the agent. So the agent won't be very forgetful. It will still know what's going on. Although this memory does not persist over conversations, each conversation has its own memory, which may be a good thing because sometimes in the new section you want it to do something else. So, oh, it verified everything already. Are you sure? Are you sure it verified? No, it did not verify. Did they just put verified? No, they are doing in progress. Okay, yeah. So yeah, this is something that is really cool. You can get the agent to use the terminal browser, the terminal and the browser, and it will sort of like automatically do stuff. Although you must be a bit careful with respect to what you can do. So yeah, you can see that they are trying to see whether there's an environment local, okay, which I'm not going to give it. So yeah, I'm just going to tell it later to use the production site itself to test. Okay, so with this, I think I'm going to end the session today. Yeah, go play around with anti-gravity. It's really very, very useful. I think this is probably the easiest browser I've used for agentic coding tasks. Like it literally doesn't flood you with a lot of information. And in fact, you have to trust it quite a few times because you can't even see the terminal running. Like you can see a little bit, but you don't get to see everything. So you have to give a bit of trust to the agent, but it's quite an intuitive user interface. You really just need to type in here, and you don't really need to know too much about coding, I guess. Yeah, I mean, like I personally don't know much about JavaScript, and it coded the entire app for me. So as long as something is in the public domain, like a lot of code that is already out there, you can be confident that an agent would be able to code it out. Yeah, but if something that is not really out there, like for example in this literature review generator, I don't think there's many literature review generators using AI out there. So it's not very familiar with the code, so you need to handhold it a bit. But with enough iterations, I'm sure the app will be out. And you will see the app shortly. Yeah, I'm just going to continue the rest of the process later. And yeah, you will see that you can search a topic and out comes the app, the lit review. Okay, any final questions before I conclude today?
Nope, I'm all good.
Yeah, do try it out. I think it's a great tool. Just be a bit careful because there could be security breaches, like especially this part where you can let it do control on its own. Just be sure not to, like, if let's say you have your own Google account, I would caution against giving it access to your Google account because it can then access anything that you have your passwords and everything. So over here in this browser view, there's nothing here. Yeah, there's really nothing. So at least it does not um I try to limit the damage that it could do. Yeah, so just be very careful with the security aspect. If not, I think this is a really fun tool to play around with. You can create a lot of projects that you otherwise wouldn't have wanted to because of the time. So yeah, do try it out. I think it's really nice. And yeah, I thank Google a lot for all their efforts creating all this because I really enjoyed using their models and using this interface. Okay, and that's all. See ya.